Hello YouTube and welcome to Grumpy Gaming. In today's video I want to do a review of the new exotic version of the Khovstov that came out in Rise of Iron. It's quite the unique weapon, as you'll see. It either has the old scope which has like scratches on it, or the new modernized scope which has more range on it, a little more zoom. You can fire in fully auto or burst fire mode, or even semi-auto. And then the rest of the perks kind of mess with the stability and range of the gun. You kind of choose how you want to do them. Sometimes in one perk line there I'll go stability, and another one I'll go range, so I kind of get like either, you know, some of both, so it's not like too crazy in stability or too crazy into range, because you kind of need both on this weapon for it to be like valid in the Crucible. So there's rangefinder, and then you can choose whether you want to be a high rate of fire or a low rate of fire. And I found that usually the high rate of fire works better in the Crucible, at least. And then here's the first ornament here, Bureau of Aeronautics. Looks pretty cool. And then here's the last warm wind. So I want to start with the best version of this gun, which is when it's in its auto rifle form. Now, this was how the original Khovstov was when you first picked it up and on Earth when you first start Destiny, and it's the best form in my opinion. The other ones aren't nearly as good. Now, at first I thought they weren't as good because I just wasn't used to that sort of play style with scout rifles and pulses, but then I learned that the damage is unified for this weapon, so that means the amount of damage you're doing in semi-auto form is the same amount of damage you're doing when it's in full auto, which is pretty crazy, which I just don't understand why they did that, because obviously you can fire this weapon a lot quicker in fully auto form compared to a semi-auto or even burst. So this weapon's going to be a lot more effective when it's in full auto. The other versions just simply can't compete. The pulse rifle's okay, it's usable, but the semi-auto, ooh, it wasn't good. But I found the best way to use this weapon in regards to rate of fire is definitely the high rate of fire. As you can see, I'm getting this double kill here, and it just packs more of a punch and it's easier to use in the Crucible. Now, if you do want to run the high rate of fire auto rifle version in the Crucible, it can be pretty viable, but you gotta spec into stability on the perk tree, or else the recoil is just way too much to handle. But overall, I was actually kind of disappointed with this weapon because it had so much potential to be a unique weapon in this game, except they kind of ruined it because only like one version of this weapon is viable in the Crucible. The semi-auto version was so bad, I could barely use it. This is probably one of the most frustrating times I've ever had to get like gameplay for Destiny, because what you're doing when you're using it in semi-auto is slowly pecking at people with 10 damage, or I guess 12 damage if you hit a crit, but it's so unbelievably annoying. It was bad, so I did not enjoy my time with the semi-auto version, but I had a blast using it in fully auto. It's really a fun weapon. Now, I don't think this weapon will be like viable in like a competitive setting, just because it doesn't really offer anything special to the table. Now, I think it is a really fun gun to play around with, so I did enjoy getting in the quest line. And it's a pretty easy weapon to get. You don't have to like find 5 other people to do a raid and do this and that. It's like a pretty short quest line, so if you can, I'd say it's really worth doing. So thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Peace out.